Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Vanilla 1.0. In our last episode, we did some science building, which you can see right here in the base, and then we came out and killed some biter nests over here and one down here, and we were just about ready to head back up to the base and get back to building when I noticed that there were a few biters down here on this ore patch, this iron ore patch. So we're going to head down there and harass them a little bit. I still have my toolbar with toolbar 3 at the top so that I can use my shortcut keys to hopefully quickly switch, if I remember the buttons I need to press, to hopefully quickly switch between the bullets and the turrets. And as previous, I'm going to set out a few turrets here. And let's see, take out a bunch of this because we're not going to need all of those for sure. And let's see. That'll be my backup. And we'll turret creep again. Thank you. Thank you for playing. So this must be an expansion, actually, because they are not, they're not very populous, and there's not even any worms here, I don't think. I think it's just that nest and some biters. So, in fact, I think I'm just going to do this manually, because there's not much population here. And I'll just use those turrets as a fallback point. And that looks like that's actually it. Yeah, it's just those handfuls. So that must have been the first expansion within my, of course, revealed range here. But the next biters we need to deal with are up here, and we're actually going to have to deal with those because I think that's where I'm going to put my bus. I think I mentioned that before, but I think that's where I'm going to put my bus. So before we do any of that, I'm going to run back to the base, but I think in order to save time production-wise, I'm going to pause and then have you guys rejoin me once I get to the base. And we're back. So the only reason I did that was just to save the walking time because we don't have the car researched yet. Actually, research would be good here. I remember what we talked about. I think we talked about this one because this leads to the car. Yeah, we need this. So let's go ahead and research that. And let's see. So the next thing we need to kind of do is, we needed to build a radar to the east to start getting some scanning going in that direction. Let's see. I think the radar's down there. So I'm going to take this line that we have started here in the south and just continue across. And then we need to work our way up north to start working on where the main bus is going to go. And that is all the power poles I have. Oh boy, is that perfect or what? That is like the perfect number of power poles. So we need some more trees. Did I pick up wood? No, I used it all. Okay, let's go. Are any trees closer to the base to walk past? No. That's the problem with starting in the desert. There's not that many trees. And the ones that are there are dead, so they don't give you as much wood for your efforts. We'll go ahead and pick up some of these trees here, and then we'll run back to the base again. Chopping trees is so much faster with that steel pickaxe upgrade. Must have had some wood because it looks like I don't know. Or I dumped it all in the chest and I have a bunch back at a bunch of poles ready at the base here. Yeah, this is so slow. So like I mentioned before, this was just start a base just to make kind of the essentials. And then we were going, I do have some power poles in here. Only 22 though, so it's good that I picked up some more wood here. Have that. Let's see, I wanted to put out some more of these labs. Oh, I wanted to also get some lights. Did I pick up lights? Yeah, I did. Put these down here. Let's put out some lights just so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. That one's fine. Let's come down here. There. Skip that row and go to that one. This would be a good spot. And maybe one up here or something. Should be fine. I'm not going to bother lighting up the smelting arrays. But up here at science would be good. And I like to leave my labs alone as well, lighting-wise. We actually go there instead. And there. Go there. That looks pretty good. That'll at least let you be able to see a little bit of what's going on. And then we had made some labs too while we were meandering, so we have 5 labs to place from the last episode. Dude, I didn't pick up those power poles? How dumb am I? Okay. Take what we have. We're gonna need them. There we go. And that'll increase our science production a little bit. And actually, I think we could potentially even do like 5 more. Because right now, all the science machines are not working. The last one is still blocked on both sides by existing science packs. So that we can do, and then we'll go and work on our bus. Although it's probably going to have to clear these guys pretty quickly. Let's see, what do we have for iron, copper, and whatnot in that direction? Nothing? Maybe I should do some exploration. So I guess maybe I should focus on getting the car researched. But that'll help get us the car a little bit faster. Should pick up maybe some of this steel. We don't need a lot, a couple hundred maybe. Just so that I have a little bit in my inventory. Oh, I had a bunch in my inventory already. Oops. What we could do, though, is we could do ammo. Yeah, we could do red ammo. That would be good. So we need to change this if we do that. Oh, we also need to have steel brought in here. One of these can support 3 of those, as we learned from Gray Science in the past. And the reason is because this produces 1 per second, and this produces 1 every 3 seconds. So one of these can support 3 of those, so we could actually have 6 red ammo makers here. But I would want to do this a little bit differently if we were going to do that. So I should probably just do it. Take this out. How do I want to do this? That is the question. Can I pick all this junk up? Yeah. Let's take this out as well. At least for some reason. And then we can have... let me think here. Well, let's look at that recipe again. So 5 copper plates, 1 steel plate, and 1 firearm magazine. So I think the way to do this is to make sure that the red ammo assemblers are next to this copper belt, which they will be from here. And then make sure that the yellow one has access to iron, but also that we can also share the belt for the iron with the steel, because, or can we? We're going to need 4 plates every second. So that's really every half second, but I'm going to count it as every second. So if we're doing 2 of these, that's 8 plates. So that's not quite... Well, it is, because we're not going to go past 0.75, so... Because that's the assembler 2s. So I think we can handle a half a belt of iron here. Let's do a car. We need to also set up some manufacturing for the... Actually, maybe I did want to have... Oops, I forgot to change my toolbars back. We got back from the fight. If I did this still, and I put steel here, and brought this in, that would be iron and steel. That would work. And then I need to get steel brought in here somehow. Maybe I take that one out 1 more. That might work. And then I should change this around a little bit. And then we can bring iron like this for those. Steel can go this way. This iron can go under here, and then this one can go... Oops, go there. Oopsie. Okay. So, let's see. Power pole. Actually, I could make these closer. Yeah, I can make these closer. That's even better. Okay, you go there. Because that means I can fit them tighter together. Holy crap, I got a lot of ammo. Let's see. Iron comes into this one. And also steel's going to go into this one. We'll do that there as well for the steel. And then the copper on this side. So that needs to go all the way down. I'm out of belts. Out of belts. Couple hundred more. Fine for now. This can go like this. And then we just need another kind of auxiliary belt out here. I need to put a power pole in. Let's see. There. There. Ugh. There, I guess. Because I need to have some of these. You go out, in. And then these need to go out someplace that I didn't think of. Well, they can go... I know what I can do. This can go... Let's go on the inside. So we'll do our little turnaround thing like we talked about. And put those on the inside, which means that I'm going to be messed up here. But let's do this. And then I can do... Need more. And put the power poles out there instead. And these can output there. That can go there. And that can output there. And then we have those on a belt. And then they're going to continue... No, they need to go into a box. How do I do the second array? Ooh, I know how to do the second array. Let's, turn this like this. Put a, thingy here. Output only those. Fine. And then we'll just put a belt here. And a box here. And an inserter here. And of course it's off by one tile. And then we can go to town on that. Now what I want to do here is start dropping these in to get those guys working. And why are you so slow? Because you're not getting enough iron fast enough. Oh, duh. Blue. Inserter. Double the speed, just like that. Much better. Alright. And then this one... Wait, are you reaching properly? Yes, you are. Good. This one might not, though. We'll have to test it. Do the same thing there. Alright. Just make a bunch, Wally. You're going to need them later anyway. Is that going to output on the inside or the outside? That is something that I do not know the answer to. You can go... Actually, let me do this differently. Go there to there. I lied to there. I'm out of undergrounds, too. 50 of those... Take only half of those, though. And then we need this and this. Do I need all these power poles now that I've put the power lines out there? Maybe not. I want to see where this outputs to. Okay. I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. So then we need one more of these here. This goes there. And let me put in all of this so that they get processed. Because I want the good stuff now. If I'm going to do this, I want the good stuff. You go there, and we need one belt there. This goes here. We need to have power here and power here. You guys go there. No, actually, not you. And not you. Underground. You can just go all the way to there. And a power pole. And then this one goes out there. And this goes here, there, and there. You come back, you go this way. And I think, well, actually it's fine to do this, I think. So this is going to get built up, and it's going to sit here on the belt, and that's fine, because they're not going to get through here. They're actually both getting forced onto this side of this splitter, because they're not the red ammo, and that's perfectly fine. And I have a bunch of red ammo, or yellow ammo left still. You know what I can do with it? I can put some of it in here, all of it in there, and it'll just fill up that belt. And that's fine, because now I have almost 150. Not a lot of ammo. Automobilism is finished. Let's do that lab research speed again, maybe? Just for funsies. And let's set up some engines to get made. Engines need steel, I know. They also need gears and pipes. Can I sneak some steel in here somewhere? Maybe on the other half of this green belt would be good. Do that. And just put them down here in the end. This needs to come back then. Like that. This can go like that. And then this can come down here. And I'll do some squiggly belts, just in case I need this like that. That can go onward. And then here, I'll need to do something different. And split this like this. And then that can continue on. So let's do dedicated gears for the engines. Just because. No real reason other than just because. Engines and then pipes. Gears, pipes, and engines. Should have done that the other way around. And then we go here and there. These get input into there. Those go into there. This can go here. There we go. There we go. There we go. And you need... That's all you need. Okay, good. And these are so stinking slow that it's fine the way that it is there. And then we just need an output box, I suppose. But we'll get some of them made. So the next thing I want to make is I want to make some blue assembling machines. I messed that up royally. Those should have been on the end. Okay, well, can I change this around a little? These all... Nope, sorry, did it backwards. Okay, take all this stuff up. What if I put the engines here, and then the pipes here? And engines here, pipes here. Box, nope, not a box. But now I can fix this. Make it less squiggly. This is what happens when you design what is effectively a mall. I mean, it's a starter-based mall, but what is effectively a mall on the sort of on the fly here. But it's kind of also, I think, possibly good to oops, oh well. For you guys to kind of see some design thought process going on, maybe. Let's see. Then we'll do gears again, and then mining drills. There. And then we'll do gears again. And then we'll do assembly machine 1. And then we'll do assembly machine 2. And then we'll do gears for those. Because I looked at that recipe really quick and I see that there are gears there. This needs to come all the way down, which is fine. This needs to go here like this. Let's see, these go in there. I think plates get there too. You need plates? You must need plates. What about you? No plates? No plates. Okay. These go all the way down here. These go this way. Those go this way. These go this way as well. Input. Pick that up. Let's go that way and go this way. I want to go under that. Put a box in here. Limit that to 1 stack. Also, you need to be limited to 1 stack. We don't need this to go any further, so that can be there. This can be here. And also limit you to 1 stack. At least for now. Those are getting made, that's great. Those are getting made, that's great. Why are engines not getting steel? There you go. And I have 4 engines already. I also have a bunch of these that I can probably offload into that. Let's do... few inserters on those gears, maybe these gears as well. I could do a blue 1, but I think it's okay to do it this way. Maybe we'll do a tool belt. That'll give us some extra inventory slots. It used to give you more toolbars down here in the old toolbars, but now it'll give us inventory here. What does the car take? 8 engines. Do we have 4 more engines yet? We have 1 more engine now. Because I didn't have the steel going. Hi, bad. Okay, so this is going kind of slowly. The gears are the holdup. Yeah. And that's as fast as that machine can go, so it's that's it. But we can use some of these. And where'd they go? There they are. I'm actually going to unpin those and pin these instead. We can use some of these to accelerate that gear making process, and now the inserter might not be fast enough. So what I can do here is just make a couple of blues. Let's pin those here. I always forget to pin them. We can take this one up, and I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Or I guess we could do a yellow one here just as a supplement if it's needed. Probably not needed, but if it's needed. You know what? We're just going to need a lot of blues. I have no yellows. We'll buy some yellows here. 50 of them will work for now. Are we running out of power too? Is that the deal? Yeah, that's the deal actually. It's not the blues, it's the power. Alright, iron then we need. Let's see, how much power do we have over there? Go away thing. 4? Let's just double it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then belts, yes. Pipes, a few. Yep, there went the inventory slots. And I haven't been putting lights out. Because, well, I'm me. So maybe there, and there. And how about up here? Where can you use some lights? How about just right next to each one of these power poles? Well, kind of. Like that. I'm not going to put one on the end. Alright, let's do some research again. Probably this would be good. Projectile damage and then probably the speed right after it. And then we'll go out here and put down these. Now one of these pumps can support 20 boilers and 40 steam engines before we need to add a second line. So that's why I just keep adding on to this line. Oh, I can't put that yet. You and you. You and you. Almost guessed it perfectly. Doot doot. Doot doot. There. And I put it there. Alright, now we have twice as much power as we had before. And that looks much better now. All those science labs are what drains our power, because they take quite a lot. 60 kilowatts. Yeah. I mean, mining drills take 90, so there's more there, but... Oh, these have started running out. Probably put a... pick up these red ones. That's good that they have the red light now, since you can't really tell by their animation. And there's a yellow light when they're idle, so that's how you tell with the animation, rather than the old method of just looking at it. Oh, I guess I need belt there. Alright, well that patch isn't going to last us horribly long. Why does it look like it's suffering? Is that just because... Oh, that's because we're pulling it in here for the steel. So one of the things we can do for that is to put in a balancer here. Just a simple side-to-side balancer. Which you can do by not messing it up. Don't mess it up, Ollie. I messed it up. Do something like... You can do it in line. So we can do... We have to do a splitter, though. I have to do a dedicated splitter for it. You do like this. And then you go around like that. Another way to do it is on a curve. On a turn like this, you put the splitter just before the turn. And then you can go around like that. And both of them do the same exact thing. They make sure that the same amount goes on each side, and that both sides can be filled. They don't necessarily balance the inputs properly, but they balance the output properly, which is usually the intent for one of these. And I'm just going to do that one. I have so much iron in my inventory, it's ridiculous. How about if we donate some? Actually, I don't want to spend all these on this stuff. I want to go spend it on this stuff. So, let's see. Let's produce more of these. And more of these. And more of those. And now that I have plenty, I can produce more of these. And I can also upgrade this inserter to be blue so that it processes through these faster, so they're not sitting there idle all the time. Oh, and the box is full. Who limited that to 3 stacks? What crazy person limited that to 3 stacks? We need more than that. I'm going to take what we have. I want to pin this here so that I have that, and we'll let the blue inserter go crazy there. And we have almost 800 ammo in total. This again, just to kind of start upgrading everything. Usually what I end up doing. You all, that's it. Need another row up there, but we'll do these first. And I ran out. Alright, you, not many. Okay, and then that row up there with the miscellaneous stuff here. Perfect. We're going to have a problem with copper here. Yes, but the problem is what it often is, and that is that it needs to be balanced. But I've built the copper for the green circuits too close to balance it. So I'm going to do some wiggly stuff here again, there, and then take that out, go there, and then just come back. And that'll help because that'll use all of the furnaces here. I mean, we're only producing a half belt, but that'll use all the furnaces here because actually these aren't getting any copper. There's the problem. Oh, because I only have a third of a belt worth of miners. Okay, never mind. Go here. Perfect. go put out some more of those miners. I think I have a bunch. I have 64 of them. Because I picked up that box and didn't bother refilling it. Why is green science flagging? We might need some blue inserters up there. Take you out. Sorry. Don't think... I can't go there. Do that. There and there. That is now 14. We could use a couple more. And then I want to drop this copper someplace, so we'll just drop it right here on the belt using the Z, letter Z. Actually, I think I'll do a couple more than that, just so we have a little bit extra. And that's done. That's the next one. Oh, here it is. There we go. And this isn't well balanced either, but I think it's alright because we're only going on to half belts anyway. We'll get by. Alright, how much ammo do we have now? We're up to just about 1,000. That'll be good enough for another attack. Hopefully it'll be me doing the attacking, not them. And I think, though, we will wrap up this episode and come back in the next one and head out here. Clean up these biters and maybe do some exploration out here because we're going to have to bring in some ore. There's biters there, too. If we can't find any, because this is the nearest iron on the map right now. There's a bit of copper here and a couple bits here, but other than the base, the starting, oh, there's a lot of copper, but no iron. All right, I'm gonna have to do some exploration then. I was hoping the radars could do it for me, but they haven't really yet. So I think we're gonna leave this here, and we'll come back in the next episode and do maybe some exploration with the car. We can build a car, and then we can go out and kill some biters and go on from there. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.